Hey internet! I just wanted to film a quick video for this weekend. I didn't really want to do like a favorites video per se because I just find sometimes like you're trying to find favorites to like fill in the gap. So instead of doing that, I wanted to do my 5 faves from February. And yes, that was a little bit of a mouthful, but I did get it on the first go, so that's ideal. So my main 2 things that made me really want to film this video, because I'm so crazy in love with them, are an album and a book. I'm gonna start with the album because I'm just like, I'm literally like, I wouldn't say giddy because that sounds lame, but I'm obsessed. So the album is by the Wombats, who I've recently been introduced to and absolutely love. I've always been a huge fan of the Arctic Monkeys and Red Hot Chili Peppers, Queen, like old rock bands, kind of indie pop rock kind of music, and the Wombats are this rocky, poppy, synthy, sometimes English band who honestly just I love. Like, I'm obsessed. And this album, Beautiful People Will Ruin Your Life, I'm obsessed. A boy actually introduced me to them. At least boys are good for something, right? So if you like rock, or if you like pop rock or indie rock, I don't even know what genre they'd fall under. I'd kind of put them under like all of that, but just give this album a listen to because I am obsessed. Also, just all the songs are so relatable. They're a little bit dark and twisted and like, I guess a bit cynical, but it's funny and it's relatable. And my favorite songs are definitely Lethal Combination, I Only Wear Black, White Eyes, Lemon to a Knife Fight. They are just my absolute faves. But I listened to this album, like, I'm not talking, yeah, I've listened to this album a few times, I really like it. I'm talking, I listened to this album in the shower, in the car, whilst I'm doing my makeup in the mornings, whilst I'm eating, whilst I'm cleaning the house, like at work, you name a time, and I'm probably listening to it. So I'm like borderline crazy obsessed because it's that good. So I feel like I've talked it up a lot, so I hope that you're not disappointed, but I absolutely love it. And I just think, oh, it's just so great. Like, it's like the soundtrack to my life at the moment. So if you haven't heard of it, or if you haven't checked them out, make sure you go do that. And definitely that album is just the bomb. I also really love Our Perfect Disease and Your Body is a Weapon, not on that album. So that's my little passion piece about them. The next one is a book, and don't judge a book by its cover. I picked this book up as a total joke to my friend, being like, haha, I'm single, lol, I should get this. And it's called The Unexpected Joys of Being Single. I'll explain these in a second. So I picked it up as a joke, being like, oh, I need this because I've been single for so long and like I need to know how to do it. And then we kind of laughed, and then I kind of paused and was like, read the back, bought it because of like the back. It just was like, oh, this is actually not like a piss take, because no offense to the author at all, like she has this other book called The Unexpected Joys of Being Sober, which came first, and I think she's just going with that theme. But the title of the book does not do it justice. It makes you think that it's just kind of like one of those like airy-fairy self-help books about like, oh, like what can you do to have fun being single kind of thing. But it is the most brutally honest, relatable, informative book I've read in so long. I could not put it down. I put all these tabs in the book because I want to make a whole video dedicated to the book. But essentially it just talks about how being single these days is such like a, almost like, oh, I'm sorry you're single, or like, oh, don't worry, you'll find someone soon. Like, it's looked at as this like sad thing, and people seem to think that like success is measured based on whether you're in a relationship, and if you're not, it's really sad, and like you have to find someone. And we all put such an emphasis on finding someone, or like not being single basically. And I've always been the biggest fan of love. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like you should all be single, but I've always also maintained, alongside my love of love, make sure you know yourself before you delve into some serious relationship, and just the importance of being single while you're young. And this book is just, it's not an anti-couples thing, it's not an anti-love thing, it's not a pro-singles, it's just talking about all the science. Like, she really researches the science, the psychology behind why we feel needy, or why we feel clingy, or why we feel like we have to have someone, why we feel lonely. And it just is such a great book. Like, her little stories, I'm like, oh my god, can relate so much. Like, it makes you feel like you're not alone and things, and it makes you realize like the importance in life and how we shouldn't be waiting around for guys that are just like not that bothered. Like, don't settle basically is like this huge part of it, and I'm not even doing it justice. I just think it's so great. Like, it's not anti anything, it's not a preachy book, it's just a really interesting read, and it just, yeah, makes you feel like you're not alone, gives some really good advice, makes some really good points, and she's fully just researched all these other books, TED Talks, talked to like professional psychologists in relationships and all that stuff, and just explains all the things we feel, especially when we're young, kind of trying to date and like get to know ourselves. So it's just honestly such a good book. As I said, I'm going to do a whole video on it, so I won't keep going on, and I also, like I said, just feel like I'm not doing it justice. So definitely check it out. If you're not like 100% sure, just look it up. The Unexpected Joys of Being Single by Catherine Gray. Bloody great. Anyway, I've rambled so long and I thought this would be a quick video, but I've got 3 favorites left. Number 3 is microdermabrasions and skincare. I have been getting a lot of skin stuff done by this lovely lady who works in a beauty salon next to me. I basically do her social media for her, which has been really good for my marketing degree and like getting experience, and it's kind of what I want to get into maybe. So I've been doing that for her. She's been giving me skin treatments and stuff, and I've been loving them. Like, they've been making such a difference to my skin. I'm gonna do a whole skin video as well. I know I've already said that about the book, but I'm just putting that out there. I love a good skincare or my skin journey video, so might chuck one on once mine's sorted. But if you've never had a microdermabrasion and you have like scarring, acne, deep kind of under the skin pimples or lumps or color, what's it called, pigmentation, definitely like try and find somewhere near you that does microdermabrasions. So good, makes such a difference. So just a quick little touch on that because I've just been very skin obsessed this month. My 4th one is a bit of a cop-out one, but definitely has been a huge part of my month, and that's coffee. And I know it's not like a favorite like object or like material possession, but this whole like favorites video has kind of just been like experiences, I think I'm gonna say. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, because so much of our lives are surrounded by material objects, you know what I mean? Like, it's always about what we have and all that. And since this month's been all about decluttering my life for me and being more like, I guess, trying to get my life together and trying to find out what's important, I think it's fitting that this February, 5 faves of February are experiences and things that I love that are kind of not physical things. The album, something you listen to and experience. The microdermabrasion and skincare, something you should look after in your own body. It's like self-help, it's self-love. Coffee, oh, it's just the love of my life. Like, I've been having probably too many, like 4 a day sometimes, and then I get this weird thing in my head that feels like I'm on a bad acid trip. Not that I've ever had one, so I wouldn't know what that feels like, but I'm assuming. Feels like I'm crashing into a brick wall but also jumping off the wall at the same time. So I don't know, now I'm talking really fast because I've had 4 coffees today, but I've just been loving coffee. I just find finding an actual good coffee is such a mission, and when I do, I appreciate it so much. So I wanted to put that on there because it is one of my massive loves in life alongside food, but coffee is honestly like pretty up there. Lastly, my 5th thing, which is also an experience but more so a place, is Byron Bay. I went for the first time. I've never been before. Everyone always finds that a bit weird because I've traveled most of Europe, but I just have never gone to Byron Bay, which is a few hours away. So I finally went, and honestly it was just such a nice, beautiful place. Like, beachy, casual, laid back. I had a good time there. Did the lighthouse walk, the famous lighthouse walk, did the beaches, did the bars, got very drunk, had the worst hangover of my life. Went to the farm. I'll insert some photos because it was just magical. But basically had the best time, really loved it as a place, and I just thought I'd chuck in my favorite place because I've done a lot of like trips this month, having my friend over, and my next video will be my February vlog. It's back. It's not very good because I've just been a shit vlogger and haven't been able to like get back into it since Christmas, but it's coming, so keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, I just wanted to include a place because I feel like it goes with my whole travel lover thing, and I just thought it's cool that I have like all these different things, like a foodie one, a travel one, a book, a music one, and like a beauty one, kind of with the skincare. So Anyway, wow, I feel like this has been the most hyper video. I feel a bit like I need to go lay down. But thank you so much for watching. I've just really wanted to get a video out because I know I've been shit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was just more fitting for me and kind of more honest to just do the 5 faves of February. Anyway. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you hit the subscribe button because I try to make new videos every week, but sometimes I fuck that up because I am a bit slack, but that's okay because we all are sometimes. Again, I think I need to go lay down. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!